Words appear, celebrating the Library of Parliament.
High above the Ottawa River stands one of Parliament's most distinctive landmarks, its library.
Canada's Parliament sits atop a tall, tree-covered hill. The circular library is at its rear, closest to the Ottawa River. A montage of images presents features of the library's exterior.
Known for its neo-Gothic design, the library is more than an architectural icon. It is an important part of Canada's parliamentary history, a testament to where our parliament began and how it has evolved through time.
A contemporary view of Parliament fades into a black and white photo of the original building in the mid-19th century. Then a montage of images shows the library interior through the years.
The library's story began in a time of uncertainty in the mid-19th century. The province of Canada had no permanent capital, and its legislative assembly moved from city to city, bringing along its small library.
A 19th century map of Ontario and Quebec appears with the caption, Province of Canada. Animated arrows show the capital of the province moving from Kingston to Montreal, Toronto, and Quebec City.
There were frequent disruptions, and fires in Montreal and Quebec City decimated the library's collection, but not its purpose. Change came in 1857 when Ottawa was chosen as the permanent capital. Construction began on a new assembly building, larger and grander than any other in British North America. At its northern end was the library, designed to safeguard the province's legislative records and knowledge.
Architectural plans highlight the location of the library at the rear of Centre Block. Next, a photo shows the completed Parliament. It has a British neo-Gothic influence, with 4 short towers along its front. A tall tower is at the center, topped with a flag. The stone building has many pointed arch windows, metal tracery, and decorative details.
When Canada became a country in 1867, the Provincial Assembly became the new federal parliament. The library took almost 10 more years to complete, opening its doors on February 28, 1876.
The library is shown under construction and then complete, with people in Victorian clothing coming and going through its doors.
Inspired by European architecture, especially the reading room of the British Museum, it was immediately celebrated as a masterpiece.
A sequence of black and white photographs show various views of the library, including 3 floors of beautifully carved wooden shelves holding thousands of books, and a wood panel with the delicate carving of a face surrounded by leaves.
With over 1,600 unique wood carvings, a soaring dome, and a white marble statue of Queen Victoria, it was unlike anywhere else in Parliament or the country. Protecting the library was a priority.
A black and white photograph of a man, taken in the mid-19th century, appears in an oval frame. The on-screen caption reads, Alpheus Todd, first parliamentary librarian.
Head librarian Alpheus Todd, mindful of the fires that had destroyed previous collections, had recommended setting it back from the rest of Parliament and closing it with iron doors.
A 19th century drawing of Centre Block in the library appears, with a highlight on the corridor separating the library from the main building.
40 years later, that design proved vital. A devastating blaze swept through Parliament in February 1916. But the library's doors were closed just in time, sparing it while the rest of the building was lost.
A series of black and white photographs shows Centre Block on fire and firefighters standing next to the smoldering ruins of the building. The final images show the only part that remained, the library, surrounded by rubble and laborers with horses and carts.
For 4 years, the library stood alone, an enduring symbol of the resilience of Parliament as a new Centre Block was built. Over time, the library evolved alongside Parliament. From its roots as a small colonial library, it grew to house nearly 1 million books and documents, adding research, reference, analysis, and education services to meet the changing needs of parliamentarians.
A sequence of images shows people at work in the library through time. Black and white photographs show a man speaking with a woman at an information desk, a young man carrying a tall stack of books, and people reading. Then the images transition to more recent history, with people reading newspapers, browsing through books, and working at computers.
The building itself also changed. In 1952, a fire started in the library dome. The flames were soon extinguished, but smoke and water caused heavy damage to both the building and the collection.
A black and white photograph shows two firefighters surrounded by smoke, climbing up a ladder to the roof of the library. This is followed by photographs of hundreds of books drying out on tables and people restoring damaged books.
The library endured, but many of its original Victorian features were altered over time. In 2002, a meticulous restoration reinstated the library's 19th century artistry, including the trademark blue ribbing and spectacular parquet floor. The building was also reinforced and expanded to meet its modern needs.
A color photograph shows the immense marble sculpture of Queen Victoria, secured within a protective metal cage, with one worker sitting on top of the cage and other workers surrounding it. Color footage shows the restored interior, a glowing wood carving of flowers and leaves, the soaring dome ceiling, now with blue ribbing and gold leaf, and the floor with a geometric design in dark, medium, and light brown woods.
Today, the library stands as both a reminder of Parliament's origins and a modern knowledge center, where heritage meets innovation. Its architecture and carefully preserved details speak to a legacy of resilience, knowledge, and craftsmanship, while continuing to serve as a centerpiece of Canada's Parliament today and into the future.
After a montage of the library today, with its spectacular Victorian design, fully restored and staff at work, the video concludes with a sweeping exterior view of Parliament Hill. The logo of the Parliament of Canada is then displayed, followed by a screen reading produced by the Library of Parliament. Archival images are courtesy of the Library of Parliament, Library and Archives Canada, McCord-Stewart Museum, Montreal, Ville du Québec, Toronto Public Library, Historic England Archive, and the British Museum.